Hello, greetings out there in quarantine land. Today we're gonna do yellow dock. And yellow dock is a weed, so I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, it's this one. You can identify it. When it gets bigger, it's got these weird spots on it. Usually there's this reddish bit in the vein, in the main central vein of the leaves. So you kind of get used to the shape and like the messiness of the coloring. Here it is again. And then I'll show you a bigger one. Here it is. So this thing can get pretty big. Here are those spots again. Here's the red vein. And there's the back. In general, yellow dock likes to have wasteland. So this is a very sunny part of our yard. You'll find it where the soil's pretty bad. I'm going to show you a baby one that's peeking up. So you never know what you're going to find in your yard, right? But here it is. You'll get to be familiar with it so that you know what's what. Like this one next to it, see how much rounder it is than this kind of longish one? These ones are rounder, so this is not yellow dock. But why is it called yellow dock if it has a red vein? Well, it's because of the root, and that's the part that's medicinal. So I'm gonna go and find a good one to dig up, and we'll work with that. So along the way, I'm gonna show you some other things that are kind of fun to look at. Like here it is again. So there's that reddish in the central vein, and it's next to some cool stuff. Like this is all weeds, but I love weeds. Here's some clover. Here's this one again. I'm pretty sure this is a type of plantain, but I'm not positive, so I'm not gonna spend too much time here. But let's dig this one up. It's like a good amount of plant that you can see what I'm digging up, and then we'll go in. All right, handy dandy shovel while holding the camera. Okay, so we're gonna look for a yellow tuber root. Tuber means that it's like a central thick root, like a potato or a carrot. Those are tubers. Okay, here you go. So the root here is slightly yellow on the outside, that yellowish outer bark. And that's why they call it yellow dock. It's a little bit yellow on the inner part. And I'm gonna bring it over to the water because the other thing I wanna do is show you how to make a medicinal tea. So I've got a bucket going. We've got all kinds of herbs, like weird stuff, weeds I meant, which are actually herbs. But we'll get into that another time. But the dilemma is, do we cut this or leave it? I think I'm gonna just leave it. Okay, here's our bucket of dandelion. And now we've got some yellow dock to add in there. And the uses of yellow dock are for sluggish digestion, and it's also used for a ticklish cough that's worse with cold air. And the yellow part also makes it helpful for the liver. The yellow is bitter, so this is another bitter root, and it's similar to some of the Chinese herbs that have the yellow. That's the berberine, which is helpful for producing bile. Bitter always produces bile. So this is a great spring tonic. Okay, and that, my friends, is yellow dock.